Talking to Victor Dibia, who is the founder of Denvi.com. Victor, how did you start the company and when?
So basically, I completed my master's degree in 2011, and I got back to Nigeria. My master's is from Carnegie Mellon University in the States, USA, Pittsburgh. So I got back like in September 2011. So I kind of had an idea of like getting a job, getting some experience, raise some capital, and then maybe after a couple of years, I'll probably build a good network, enough capital, and then probably launch a company. So I like spent about 2.5 months actually doing interviews, going here and there, just trying to just fulfill that first part, but it kind of didn't work out. So at Carnegie Mellon, we are trained to actually be productive, like creative, and most of us actually foray into startups and things like it's a habit, it's a practice that's deeply encouraged in Carnegie Mellon. So I'm like, okay, if this isn't coming on time, so I'll probably just jump right into it and like start a company. So formally in January, I started that. So basically, I focused my development efforts on the first project, which was supposed to be for the hospitality industry in Nigeria. So it's supposed to be like a tablet application that helps ordering in restaurants very easy. So traditionally, when you go to like a top-notch restaurant, you get these leather-bound menus. So the idea was that we develop an app that runs on a tablet device, and it's visually appealing. You can actually see all the food you want to order, the restaurant's statistics, everything. And you can make your orders right from the tablet device. So I built that up to 80%. I used about 2 months to do that. And I partnered with the company to actually start marketing that. So that was basically my first product, my first foray into that. So most of the time, the first thing you do doesn't really take off the way you want it to. So
it doesn't work.
Yeah, I experienced a lot of bottlenecks and things like partnership agreements, things like generating buy-in from the third parties, like the real restaurant owners themselves. They were a bit slow in getting that up and running. So about in March, I decided to like pivot and try to do something that hits the customer directly, something that depends more on me rather than on partnerships to succeed. So basically around that period, that's when I started to focus on consumer apps and games, and basically that's how Denvi.com came out.
So describe the games that you've got.
So basically the first game, which is the only one on the market right now, is Kitty Games. It has 3 titles. So the idea is this. We take games that we always play, games we've always loved. So there are a couple of games that I played when I was a kid. The first one is like a puzzle. So it's usually in the matrix. It used to sell for about 100 naira about 2002. And I used to save a lot of money to get these things because I love them. And now these things don't exist anymore. They don't sell them anymore. So the young ones probably have never seen things like that. So the idea of Kid Games is to take simple games like that that we loved and bring them to the mobile sphere, like the mobile experience, because you see that most young people now have phones basically. So this is a space where they already conquered basically, and they kind of reside there. So that's on the mobile space.
So which phones will they be available on?
So right now it's available just on Android. But that wasn't exactly like a strategic choice because my background, like from Carnegie Mellon, my skill set I already knew a lot of Android development, so I just decided to leverage my previous skill. But if I was to make, as a CEO or as a founder, I think a more strategic first deployment platform would probably be BlackBerry or GTME in Nigeria. So that's the next thing we are focusing on right now. So starting out with Android was more about the skill set thing. I already knew Android. I wanted to leverage my previous skills. So I made that for Android,
What's the business model? How will it work financially?
Okay, so for now, it turns out that in Nigeria, users haven't exactly learned to pay for their content yet, not just games. It's more like music, videos, general content. They haven't learned to pay for that yet. It's a culture that's still growing. Okay, so I was at the Mobile Web West Africa conference that was held in April this year, and statistics show that with time, probably in about a year's time, this culture will like start getting some bit of popularity around. So the idea now is just to like gain a lot of customer base over the next 8 months, make it basically put a first model out there, learn what people like, what they love, like learn from the feedback, refine it, and basically generate a large user base, people playing it, using.
So you're giving the game away to create the numbers.
Yeah, currently it's free. And the idea is that when we have traction, then we can monetize on top of that. We can do ads, or we could find a way to sell that share value. So basically, if we have a large channel with millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people in games, then probably we could use it as a channel. We tell some companies like, okay, we have a channel, we have a lot of people that see our stuff on a daily basis, so you can pay us some kind of premium and we could do some advertising work for you. And over the past months, I've also learned that building a brand name is just as important as it's something that actually can be monetized. So there are situations in which just knowing that you're the person who developed something novel, something useful, can actually lead to other contracts. So basically the process, there's value in the process and there's value in building the name basically. So to cap, as regards monetization, when we have a large base, we could do advertising and then we could use it as a channel to attract people to invest, and then also it does help with the brand.
Victor, thanks for talking to me today.
All right, thank you.